Perhaps individual players have differing opinions.
But if games were compared to dishes on a table,
makes 2025 a true cyber feast.
let me introduce you to my 2025 game recommendation list. Represent my personal preferences.
Showa American Story, Reverse Colonialism, is a game made by Chinese developers,
where Japan reverse colonizes America.
When freedom and democracy meet samurai spirit. Statues of Liberty, San Francisco Shrines, the hot-blooded dialogue paired with striking imagery.
Just how crazy do you have to be to make a game like this?
We don't really know. But our trolls are ready to pierce the heavens.
True fun games, but with a ton of joy. Survival game where I and my brothers blast fish in the medieval era. Within 7 steps.
What is Dimensional Reduction Strike?
There used to be games that pitted 500 modern soldiers versus 100,000 heavy cavalry. The game is online multiplayer.
So you can blast fish together with your best brothers. Together, you can start a fish blasting carnival. Constellation game was initially announced for release after 4 years.
In the first or second quarter,
the game supports multiplayer mode.
And kick off a fishing party together.
This could become the next phenomenal combo.
Star Game initially announced Oreo for a 4-year release. The release has been adjusted to 2025.
First or second quarter, possibly delayed.
Due to development progress and the website's first release.
After all, within 7 steps, it's fast and accurate. Your graphics card might not be able to handle it.
Subnautica 2.
I'm not talking about those sequels that get worse each time.
If you love the ocean and exploration, Subnautica satisfies many ocean lovers' dreams. But as someone with deep sea phobia,
this game successfully worsened my condition.
Exploring the game left me with a sense of horror. In the absolute silence and darkness of the deep sea, abandoning ship and giving up is no joke.
Luckily, the second game introduced multiplayer, whether you're enjoying the calm with friends in shallow waters.
This time, you won't be alone. Though I've played hundreds of survival games.
Not because I don't like them,
but because I've been waiting for Subnautica 2.
Just imagine going deep sea mining with friends, while facing the endless darkness and the terrifying Leviathan. The cable machine we've been waiting for so long
is finally entering public testing.
Fast, they took over projects with brilliant planning.
Then they reached new heights in MMO games.
It may look abstract, but it seems to be the best.
And it has pretty good reviews for a limited platform. To win over a large number of players,
NetEase has been very diligent in developing new genres. Previously, they stepped in to save projects with brilliant planning. Even though it looks abstract, it seems to be the best one.
And it has pretty good reviews for a limited platform.
The combination of cute girls and mechs easily
captures a large number of players. However, the action is smooth and fluid.
The thrill is undeniable. You can also challenge giant cavalry and battleship bosses. Moreover, the game allows players
modifying and adjusting the mech's paint to change its appearance. Players can build their mechs however they want. Looks like this time they did it right.
For a free game,
you definitely won't lose out on this one. Dual Engine, a very interesting co-op game in terms of design. One responsible for SCI-FI. Different styles will determine different game routes.
This new attempt will either result in double the joy,
or led to mutual frustration. In Ming O's route, you creator,
You need to eliminate a crime syndicate leader. Each of the two characters has different abilities.
and can use his hand to pull himself closer to the target, while Zedo I can push the target away,
In key moments,
navigating through space to break through levels. One person controls the motorcycle to avoid danger. The other solves puzzles on a phone.
next up is Zedo I's mysterious forest. The forest is filled with magical elements, which grant characters special abilities. Players can transform into other creatures here.
Zedo I can transform into a fairy and fly briefly, while Ming O transforms into a gorilla to climb walls and stomp the ground.
Ming-O can become a water tower to move freely underwater.
While Zedoa transforms into a tree to interact with plants.
From the level 10 demo, the game quality is excellent.
You can think of this as It Takes Two 2.0.
After all, it's from the same studio. The recognition from players for the Game of the Year title is evident. Into the Dead, Dark Days.
Manage your team and resources in the apocalypse.
Find a way to survive. The game uses a 2D perspective.
They are not omnipotent.
The benefit of this gameplay is immersion comparable to 3D.
The downside is it's easy to fall into one-sided information gaps.
Once you're skilled, the flow becomes predictable.
I can tell you. You could say it's a zombie version of This War of Mine, though it's a horror game.
The actual experience is quite relaxing.
The controls aren't too difficult either, if you're into the style of This War of Mine. Due to its default backdrop,
The replay value is even higher.
currently, it's not just for combos. If, in the future, you can invite friends,
Each controlling a character. The game's demo is already available.
Doom, Dark Ages. The Doom series has always been about satisfying shooting gameplay. Because he's afraid of demons, he decides to take out all the demons in the universe, which barely passed the censorship. It shows how bold the game is. But players with a weak heart. Also, the game's difficulty options have become a running joke among players. It also affects the enemy's behavior patterns.
It helps players adjust the experience to their pace.
Customize your own gaming experience.
Borderlands 4 classic American cartoon style.
For wasteland punk enthusiasts.
Enjoy the thrill of constant action. And it's a blast right from the start. And a wasteland culture filled with dark humor.
Then Borderlands is your one and only choice. The world progress can be advanced together. There's no penalty for falling.
Which should stay. After defeating a boss, tons of gear drop. It's no exaggeration to call this game a stress reliever. However, all looter games have the same issue in the endgame. And high repetition, although the game has its perks. And get motion sickness, choose carefully.
Mafia. Hometown 90 Seconds Western Mafia Revenge. Both on land and underground Black Mafia.
It's a family game.
Are you trafficking people?
Haha. Let's get back on topic. This time Mafia, Hometown,
Has seen a significant graphical upgrade
compared to the previous generation.
As for the story,
I can only say as the origin of the Mafia. It might not surpass The Godfather or other mafia classics. If you're interested in 20th century mafia stories,
Do This Family,
Red Desert,
a flagship game developed over many years, compared to their previous title, Black Desert. It's an open-world action-adventure game. Players can freely choose to live by fighting. Also, it's a buy-to-play game. Players can freely switch between single-player and combo modes.
we can see the combat system combines excitement and strategy, boss fights, interactions with enhanced physics by the Black Desert engine, and lighting effects, making every sword swing feel powerful. Just watching that flying dragon scene,
I feel like it's a no-brainer to buy. After multiple delays,
Red Desert has finally been officially announced.
are you ready for this adventure?
In your iLife simulator, higher resolution, no ZZQ. Only a fierce man with a vendetta against drugs. I see a lot of potential in this game. Some are still looking at the game.
Players can create their ideal,
Characters in the game,
choosing their preferred professions and lifestyles. By working and studying hard, they can achieve their life goals.
and experience the joy of ideal living. Many people may feel lonely and isolated
For various reasons, but in the game, they can interact with other characters, make friends, fall in love, start a family, and so on.
and experiencing rich interpersonal relationships.
Allowing players to personalize their characters,
Homes, furniture, etc. Showcasing their creativity and personality. In short, do whatever you want.
turning life into a game.
Whose part is this? It's really something.
I thought this was an action game, back in the days when game technology wasn't advanced. As game technology progressed, it's no surprise that the sense of impact has made its way into RPGs.
Of performance and spectacle in RPGs really exist.
The game is no less than a bizarre adventure like Lord of the Rings.
If the final content holds true after launch, I even think it could challenge the position of that game. Soul of Mount Yoti, after defeating ghosts on Tsushima.
Regarding this game,
The art design is simply breathtaking. Just looking at the scenery alone is worth the price.
for those who understand,
There are always technical limitations.
but on PC, there's no need to worry.
Character development and atmosphere creation. The climax was simply perfect.
The game makes the characters come to life, allowing players to remember their personalities and positions.
And feel the inevitable sharp conflicts. The relationship between the old world and the new world.
Yet they must meet in life or death.
This kind of work is truly artistic. But since it shares similarities with the first installment, but maybe not a must-buy. You should already know that it's back.